Alright, welcome back to another stream of The Last of Us Part 1 with our very first playthrough. And yeah, today again on Twitch. Yesterday we played a bit on Discord and we played through the university level and also made it to winter time. Had a very major moment happening with Joe getting severely hurt, you know, close to being killed essentially, and the game not really giving us a definitive answer until we get to play as Ellie and try to find medicine for him. And both of them eventually, you know, reuniting again. And yeah, today we will indeed try to finish the game, because at this point there's not that much left, about 4 individual like levels spread across 3 chapters, including the epilogue. So yeah, today we will indeed attempt to finish the game without any rush though. You know, if we don't get there, that's totally fine. But yeah, I think it's definitely realistic for us to get very close to rolling the credits. And yeah, I'm quite looking forward to it, because so far this story has been very intense and very well executed and had great moments. Also, you know, yesterday on the Discord session, yeah, I especially like, what I really loved about the session yesterday was playing as Ellie. You know, of course I've made a secret out of Ellie, like essentially being my favorite character in this game, but getting to play as her, it felt great. You know, I think they did a good job making her feel like lighter, but also of course having like you know, less strength and being more limited in some regards. But yeah, it was really cool. That honestly really hyped me for playing the second The Last of Us game as well. Because I of course don't know, you know, how much or if you only play as Ellie in that game, but whenever I saw gameplay, it definitely seemed to really focus on her a bit more. So yeah, I'm very, very excited for it. But also getting to play as like a teenager, you know, like in a post-apocalyptic world. And she's also like such a badass already at this point, you know. I don't know. It's quite unique, in my opinion. So yeah, looking forward to this next session and getting closer to the end here. Hello there, Lucinda. Welcome in. Good morning. I hope it's a good one for you so far. Did you get to work from home for the rest of the week? Hello there, Ave. Welcome in. And how's it going? I hope you're having a nice day so far. Yeah, so we didn't play like that much longer. I've got all the way to the next chapter. I kind of forgot how it's called, but yeah, we're now in springtime again, right at the start. And we basically have the moment where we killed David. Was it David, his name? As Ellie? And then Joe and Ellie, of course, reuniting after it's kind of like cutting back and forth between either perspective. And yeah, that was a great moment, I have to say. You know, finally Joe, you know, kind of like admitting how much he cares about Ellie. You know, you can really tell. But what I loved especially about that scene is how the music is just taking over. You know, it's like a really intense moment and it's like very loud and so much is happening. And all of a sudden this really like calm music is just taking over and kind of like seems to stand symbolically, you know, for like Joe giving Ellie comfort in that situation. So yeah, I thought that was so well done, honestly. So yeah, that's the part we got up to and where we finished. But yeah, I figured it was a good breaking point to end it there at the start of the springtime. And now it's like 3 chapters left, I think, and 4 different levels within. So yeah, I'm confident we're gonna be able to finish this game today. Also, if I'm all of a sudden just gone and vanished and muted, that's because I'm expecting a package. So yeah, I'll probably have to leave at some point suddenly. But yeah. You're working from home today? Ah, that's nice, Sinner. I'm glad that, you know, they allowed you to. Would definitely be, you know, a bit more relaxing getting to do so. Are you doing good? You eating breakfast now? A bit late, a tiny bit. But hey, I've been there. I just call it brunch at that point. But yeah, I mean, nothing wrong with a late breakfast. Usually when it's like very early in the morning, I don't really have much of an appetite either, so it isn't until like, you know, close to noon time when actually getting hungry most of the time. No matter how early I'm like getting up. But I hope you enjoy, dude. Hope you have a nice breakfast. Hello there, Ogorki. Welcome in. And good day. How's it going? You're 100% sure I will finish this game today. I had a look at a long play on YouTube just to see, you know, how much time they were taking. Obviously, you know, they were much faster than I am. Like, they finished the game in like 12 hours and we are now up to 19 hours already. But yeah, it was like another good hour left of his like active playtime from the point where we are. So spread across 4 hours, I think that's realistic to finish. You know, of course, like taking the time to like read chat and taking the time to just explore and all that fun stuff. But yeah, if it's just another like good hour of like active playtime, should be able to get it done today, I would say. Could be caught Brinna about now. That's true.
No! Get to the chopper!
Now, Brinna, I'm not sure if you ever watched the TV show Scrubs, which is like mid-2000s kind of like a dramedy sitcom about doctors and stuff. But Brinna is actually one of the terms being used there by one of the characters. Because it's like the favorite thing of his, you know, he loves nothing more than combining breakfast and dinner. A good glass of wine with like, you know, some scrambled eggs. That's the combo. It's going good, Okoki. Nice. That's great to hear. Glad you're doing well. It's the last of us. Or hopefully not of us, but of them. Hello over Dr. Darling, welcome in. And good day. I hope you're having a good one so far. Why can't it be the last of them? Exactly. Why does it have to be us? I don't want to be the last. But yes, as I mentioned, we did a little Discord session yesterday because I wanted to stream some more and do some more progress, but I'm still a bit sick or sickly. So I wanted to kind of like spare my voice and stuff. But yeah, for those that missed it, and if you want to watch it, then I definitely will upload it to YouTube, and it's going to be able to be enjoyed there. But yeah, it's not saved on Twitch or anything. Thanks, Ave. Yeah, I definitely think I'm over the mend. You know, it's not quite as stuffy as it was. And like talking over, you know, longer time isn't quite as exhausting. So
You feel that breeze, huh?
it's gonna be good, I think.
I tell you, on a day like this, I just sit on my porch, pick away my six string. You know, once we're done with this whole thing, I'm gonna teach you how to play guitar. Yeah, I reckon you'd really like that. What do you say, huh?
We still need a scene of like Joe playing the guitar and singing. To be honest, it's been like teased so much now at this point that you know, he wanted to be a singer. And Ellie has also been making comments about wanting to hear Joe sing. It's gotta happen at some point. I love the environments here, like how lush everything is. One of the only good things about the apocalypse, nature is taking over. Hey there, Oliver. Welcome in. And good day to you. Greetings. I hope you're having a nice day so far. No work today? Hell yeah. That's awesome. Extended weekend time. Definitely hope you enjoy it. You had a little war memory event in the morning and now finished your back workout. Ah, gotcha. So it's like a national holiday then of sorts? Hope you had fun with the workout.
Another city, another abandoned quarantine zone. There's that hospital the Firefly mentioned. Come on, kiddo.
You need that on a t-shirt. Another city, another abandoned quarantine zone. That would have been very fitting in COVID times. Well, I guess it's still in COVID times, but, you know, in the severe COVID times. But to be fair, a lot of stuff in The Last of Us would have applied to that time. Oliver, not a holiday, but you had to stand in uniform guarding the memorial statue as everyone placed flowers and candles by it. Ah, okay, I see. Yeah, that's definitely fair. It's good to think of those, you know, that unfortunately had to lose their lives in wars. So that nothing like it, you know, ever happens again.
Maybe we cut through here, huh?
The ones who lost their lives during the Independence War. I see. Okay, I can make some medicine here. Don't really see how crafting speed is so essential. I mean, yeah, like if you're in the middle of like a fight and you need to craft something real quick, you know. But honestly, I feel like Shift Master I don't have to upgrade either because most of the time you want to avoid being grabbed, and in that case, you know, you might as well use a shift. You shouldn't have it happen to you too often. I think healing speed could be quite helpful because that is indeed something you will, you know, be using during a fight quite often. And listen mode distance. Maximum health, yeah, of course helpful. But most of the time I want to avoid being hit in the first place. So I feel like healing speed and listening mode distance I'm gonna focus on for now. If we even get to upgrade it further. But I'm sure one of them at least. Back in 1918 to 1920. I see. So directly after the First World War I.
Well, we could use that ladder.
A ladder. An ATM. For me.
Everything all right?
Yeah, I'm fine.
You just kind of seem extra quiet today.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's not. It's fine.
Poor Ellie.
Here we go. Ellie? Ellie?
What?
The ladder. Come on.
Right.
It would be funny if she still didn't come here. But yeah, I have a feeling, you know, she is of course realizing that the journey is coming to an end and what being with the Fireflies and the lab might mean for her life, you know. That she becomes more of a like lab experiment trying to find a vaccine.
What is it?
And I guess she doesn't want to
Ellie?
do anything
Ellie?
but just stay with Joe. At least that's my impression. And I mean, who could blame her? After everything we've been through. After everyone that, you know, she lost.
You gotta see this.
What is it?
Guess she found something. Now this is something that has already been spoiled to me by watching others play it. At least if it is the scene which is what I'm expecting. Because it's very iconic from what I've seen and it still hasn't happened and we're so close to the end, so I'm quite sure we're gonna see a massive animal here in a second. But that's a moment I don't mind, you know, having a spoiler for. When it comes to people dying or surviving, that's a different kind. Yeah, there it is.
the Alliance map.
The giraffe.
Are you kidding me?
Also, thank you for the follow and welcome in. Oliver beating the Russian commies from the east and later the Baltic Germans from the south. Seeing a revolution culminated with your re-independence in 1991. Yeah. Yeah, very important years for many European countries, you know. With the Soviet Republic not really existing the way it did before. Definitely also very important for me, you know, those years, because I would have grown up in like East communistic Germany, you know, if it wasn't for the fall of a war a couple years before. And my older sister, she actually got born in that time still. Like she got born 3 years before the war actually did fail. But yeah, safe to say I'm glad that happened. I want to see the Alliance map. Joe wants to see the redacted map. It's like, where are we?
Come on.
And where's the next
hurry
ally?
up.
The Sam Hill.
I'm just gonna boot up Valhalla and showcase the redacted map. Worth it. What's my favorite underrated historical event? Favorite underrated historical event? Now that's a tough one to think about. There's like so many events potentially one could talk about. They're underrated. That's a tricky one. But yeah, in the meantime, while I think, do you guys have a favorite underrated historical event? Yeah, I'm drawing a blank. I mean, it's difficult to think about. Like, one thing I was thinking about in AC2 that is being showcased is the kind of like upbringing of like a classic bank system, you know? Because it hasn't really kind of like existed prior to the Renaissance in such a way. But at the same time, I think about all the kind of like negative aspects of like banking nowadays. So I'm thinking like, okay, is that really like my favorite underrated historical event? When I think of like the Industrial Revolution and how horrible of a time it was, you know, for many, many people. But when I think about, okay, but this brought out like new artistic forms like the Romanticism, you know, like when it comes to paintings, but also to like stories, you know, especially people kind of like fleeing into nature as a contrast to the, you know, extreme industrializations. But that of course also bringing like many different things with it that were hugely beneficial to us nowadays and had a huge impact. Yeah, electricity, you know, being definitely one of them. Columbus finding the Americas, if it is underrated. Yeah, that's the thing, right? Like, what could mean underrated? I mean, Columbus finding Americas, of course, was a very major event. With underrated, you mean historic events that were sort of looked past because of something bigger. Events can easily be forgotten because of bigger stuff. I gotcha. That makes sense, yeah. I mean, when we talk about that stuff, I would say it's the equality of women, you know, in the past 200 years. Something that to work so hard for, and that always was like not as important historically as the equality between men, unfortunately. Of course, there are things like the Women's March in, you know, the French Revolution, and women in general having like a huge impact on the revolution also succeeding. But ultimately, you know, actual rights just being given to the privileged still. And it's crazy to think about, you know, women's rights still like 50 years ago, when you think about it. But yeah, I think like the slow, you know, like way to get that, to ensure that there's gender equality, in a way is underrated because it never really got, you know, the recognition it deserved over many years. Hello there, coffee lover Joe Miller. Welcome in. And how's it going? Thank you also for the follow, Simon. Welcome in. Some inventions that change the world, like electricity, for example. Yeah, I mean, there's so many things you take for granted. Also when it comes to medicine and how, you know, widely available it is. I mean, there were times that even just having a cold, you know, a severe cold, could mean potentially dying. Because you maybe still had to keep on working, you know, you maybe didn't have the luxury of like being able to lay down and just heal and also have necessary medicine. yeah, it's scary to think about being in such a situation. It's a very valid historic event. Romanticism had a lot of suicide. Yeah, it was a very grim time for sure. Also the way it's like portrayed in like paintings. Like one of my favorite painters, also German painters of the time was Caspar David Friedrich. Fun fact, they actually took a lot of his paintings as reference points for Valhalla's art direction. Because as other romanticists, you have a tendency to focus on like medieval buildings, for example, like old churches or cathedrals that had been completely abandoned. You know, but yeah, ultimately leading to a very kind of like depressing, you know, outlook sometimes of yeah, his time. So it's not really, you know, the most jolly kind of like you know, art, I guess. But it definitely made a lot of sense considering, you know, the time I lived in and how quickly everything changed. Also when it comes to like work life, right? I mean, there were like so many people, including children, that had to work like pretty much all day, who couldn't even afford to have like a flat or like a house. They had to like rent a room for the entire family, like one room for one night, then go back to working and then do it again. At least in some cases. One could definitely imagine that that led to like lots of depression at that time. Abolishment of slavery, a very important one too. The rise of Protestantism. Yeah, that's definitely a good one too. You know, the Catholic Church also like losing lots of its influence as a result. Even if it was quite a bloody conflict for a long time. Advancements in medicine, yeah. We personally fear the Finnish Winter War, which took place during the Second World War. It gets easily forgotten amongst many crazy events. The Russians invading Finland, trying to seize the country, then getting bullied into submission by the Finnish people. You're also biased because Sweden helped them out with troops while remaining neutral. Everything from how they dealt with the Russians' machinery to the White Death was just pretty awesome. Of course, war's never awesome, but the small country Finland pushing back the Soviet Union was pretty dang impressive. Yeah, I can imagine. Wasn't there like a concept that you had for like a potential Assassin's Creed game? Which took place during the White Death time? Ah, yeah, I remember. Which would also be really cool to see, to be honest. Especially when you're in this like underdog kind of role. Which really suits, you know, like things like guerrilla tactics. And, you know, like of course, a single individual or single individuals having a huge impact. Like the Assassin's Creed protagonists, you know, usually have. But yeah, that would definitely be cool to see in a game. Nom nom.
Don't scare it.
I won't.
Hello there.
What are you doing?
It's all right. Come here.
Honestly, that's pretty stupid.
Hurry up. Come on.
I mean,
Go on.
just don't mess with wildlife. Especially giraffes, you know, they can be
So fucking
super dangerous. But they're pretty chill, apparently.
Here, come on, let's go.
Slow down, kiddo.
Come on.
But yeah, in general, just don't mess with wild animals.
Hurry up, come on.
That's like the best way for things to escalate in a really stupid manner. Of course, I have bigger problems, but I would respect a giraffe. Yeah, definitely is a fitting name.
Oh, man. Wow. Look at those things.
So, is this everything you were hoping for?
It's got its ups and downs, but you can't deny the view, though.
And survived a bullet to the face. Did he? I didn't know that. Some stairs? For me? That's crazy. I'm so used to just jumping down everywhere.
We don't have to do this. You know that, right?
What's the other option?
Go back to Tommy's. Just be done with this whole damn thing.
After all we've been through. Everything that I've done. It can't be for nothing.
Hello there, Mr. Molle. Welcome in. Wie geht's heute, mein Freund? Mir geht's ganz gut. Ich bin immer noch ein bisschen erkältet, wie man vielleicht hört. Aber es geht mir schon deutlich besser. Wie geht es dir heute? Can't wait for the giraffe zombie fight. Imagine. That would be scary as heck. Imagine like giraffe stalkers. Or even worse, imagine like these huge zombie guys as a giraffe. No, thank you. Alles gut mit dir?
Look,
Nice. That's good to hear,
I know
Mr.
you
Molle.
mean well, but there's no halfway with this. Once we're done, we'll go wherever you want. Okay?
Well, I ain't leaving without you. So let's go wrap this up.
You thought you knew some German, didn't catch any of that. I was basically saying I'm doing alright, but I'm still a bit sickly, but you know that I'm doing better. And yeah, was asking him how he's doing. Giraffe. Yeah, in German it would be Giraffe. So still pretty much written the same as giraffe, just pronounced a bit differently. Man,
Ellie,
dying while taking a shit.
Another one of them comics.
All right.
There's worse ways of dying. The time has come for Daniela's second Fast 7 Light test flight. This time the mission is not exploration, but infiltration. This time Daniela is going too. Their payload, a 20 teraton anti-carbon bomb. Their crew, 8 of the most capable, suicidal and dangerous men and women of the last watch. Their mission, the annihilation of a traveler homeward. That you understand wo? Alles gut mit mir. Alt A. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that. Did you know that there are more planes in the water than submarines in the sky? I didn't. But now I know. Got a lot of those sky submarines. Now I have to think of a Beatles song, the Yellow Submarine. He didn't actually. Danke für das Info. Gern geschehen. Immer, immer. Das mache ich doch gerne. Für meine nicht deutschen Freunde. All is good with me, right? Indeed. That's it. Scheiß Autokorrekt. Scheiße. Was eine Scheiße. Die estnischen Freunde
How so?
That was
from
right
a
after
Silver
everything
Dwarf
went
community.
down. I ended up in a triage just like this. And everywhere you looked, you just saw families torn apart. Whole damn world seemed to have turned upside down in a blink.
Is that after you lost Sarah?
Yes, it will.
I can't imagine losing someone you love like that. Losing everything that you know. I'm sorry, Joel.
That's okay, Ellie.
Yeah, it's great to see, you know, that Joe is finally getting to a point where he can talk about it openly, you know, because in a way, you know, his grieving process has been postponed heavily. I mean, when you talk about like the 5 stages of grief, you know, it seems like he just straight up skipped some. He just was stuck in anger for way too long. Never even gotten close to acceptance. But yeah, it's indeed great to see his character evolution there as well. Because I gotta be honest, it was a bit infuriating to see sometimes across the game. The way Joe handled himself in some situations. I mean, perfectly understandable and valid reasons why he did those things, but it was a bit frustrating to watch at times. But it was of course clear that the reason he starts so extreme is so they can completely turn him around with Ellie and, you know, really make him open up a lot more. because it just has another like level of meaning, you know, if a person starts out one way and then, you know, has this huge character evolution. Oh, nice. Food's level 5. But at the same time, I do like the moral ambiguity in this game, you know? Like, I would definitely say that Joe is far from being like a hero type of character. But I like when, you know, shows or movies or games do that. I mean, one of my favorite shows, Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul, can definitely make a case for the main protagonists in those ones, you know, to be kinda big assholes. And despicable humans at times. But I still love it. But yeah, for me, much more important than, you know, having to like resonate with the main character or being like, okay, I can identify with this person is like, just write it well, you know? That's much more important. And I mean, this game has certainly done that. Walter White is the devil himself. That's what makes anti-heroes so fun. They're layered and very interestingly written. I think so too. Yeah, it's one of the reasons I like Watchmen so much. The movie and the comic book, with Rorschach being like the main, you know, storyteller in a way with his diary. Because, yeah, you know, he's far from being like a good person. But there's valid reasons for him acting the way he does.
All right.
Your favorite anti-hero has easily got to be the Punisher. Such a great character. Brutal but great. I still gotta watch the Punisher. I haven't yet. And yeah, no worries, Arthur. Thank you for the lurk. And I catch you when you get back. Yeah, Watchmen. I just love, you know, all of Moore's works. Or at least most of them. But yeah, Watchmen is great. Even though, you know, you might have not been most happy with the movie itself, but I still think it's a really good adaptation. Okay, let's get another round here in the shorty. Let's also decrease the recoil. Whenever you watch The Punisher, sync it with Daredevil and The Defenders. The Defenders is important to get context between Daredevil season 2 and 3. I gotcha. I seen Daredevil when it came out, like the first couple of episodes, but I didn't really stick with it. I remember it was like one of the first like shows on Netflix, wasn't it? In like that kind of like style. By like Marvel and like focusing on like not quite as major characters. And at that point I was still very much into like Marvel. So yeah, I definitely enjoyed the first couple of episodes of Daredevil. It's an amazing movie. I still love it. And one of my favorite parts about that movie is actually the introduction. When you have all of these historical events of the 20th century and how they kind of like have alternative history vibes, you know, by like throwing in the Minutemen and then of course the Watchmen. Yeah. It's one thing I love about it is how it's like, you know, based in, you know, 20th century history as well with like an alternative history touch. Well, a very strong one. But yeah, also focusing on like the Cold War, you know. Yeah, quite a nice setting. So it's DD1, DD2 Defenders, Punishers, DD3 and Punisher 2. I see. They're two best Marvel TV shows. There isn't anything that even comes close. Daredevil and Punisher, a continuation to both shows, but mainly Daredevil drops this year. It's called Daredevil Born Again. I see. I have to be honest, I've been very out of the loop with any Marvel stuff. At some point, it just got very overwhelming and so much that I just couldn't keep up with it anymore. And then I just kind of like dropped out at some point. I think it was also like a fatigue with like hero stories, even though I actually really love them. Like as a kid and teenager, I watched a ton of them, and when Marvel got like, you know, a bit bigger, like the first Avengers coming out, I love that stuff. But yeah, I think it was around Guardians of the Galaxy where I kind of like dropped out afterwards. But I wouldn't mind, you know, watching some of it again, especially if it's really good. And yeah, have a good look, Other. Let's also increase the spread here. Ooh, we could increase the range on the bow. Heck yeah. You know, if it was more valid, I wouldn't mind actually doing like a bow only challenge in this game. I'm not sure if it would actually work, or if the game allows you to play with a bow for most of the game. Because sometimes arrows are really in short demand. And you kind of have to kill enemies at times. But I guess you could be like maybe doing like a range weapon bow only challenge. And then you can like still, you know, assassinate and stuff. That could work. Okay, I think we're done here.
Now we're talking.
Hey, Joel, I got something for you. Here. Maria showed this to me, and I stole it. I hope you don't mind.
No. Man, Ellie. I honestly have to say she's like my favorite character in a game in a long time. At least when it comes to like new games that I've played. Like, where have you been all my life? Honestly. And yeah, it's just one of those reasons why I want to play The Last of Us 2 even, you know, sooner than I maybe initially planned to. Just to see more of her story.
Well, no matter how hard you try, I guess you can't escape your past. Thank you.
But yeah, I like how she's a driving factor in Joe coming to terms with his past, you know, and also directly confronting him.
This time it's gonna be different. I just know it.
What do you mean?
They're gonna be there. The Fireflies. I'm sure of it. Lord.
Okay, so my package is about to be delivered here, so I will have to leave any second here. Just so you know when I'm all of a sudden gone. Also, I didn't even hear that there were like zombies here, because I'm currently playing on speakers, which are turned down quite a bit. I could have gone awry very quickly. This specific part is awesome. Yeah, with that emote, I definitely believe you.
Holy shit. Oh, man.
Got him. Thank you for the lurk, Oliver.
Stay back. We killed him. I think we got all of them.
I think you're right.
Endure and survive. All right, you think you can shove that crate down?
No sweat. Okay.
Watch your step. That water looks pretty deep.
Hey, that's what we can do
This
once
letter.
we're done.
What's that?
Someone wanted us
You
to
can
see
teach
it.
me how to swim.
You got it. I'm on the other side.
Cool. Drop that ladder down for me.
All right, hold on. All right, just stick to the edge. It's shallow over there.
Welcome back, Ave. Got a darling, a box for me. The letter of us. Lots of letters in this game.
Freezing!
And another jam door. All right. Give me your foot.
Okay.
Come on. Get that door open. Look out! Ellie! You okay?
Yeah. It just surprised me. Man, I can't wait for those things to be wiped out.
Let's do this.
Must be barred from the other side. Vietnam flashbacks intensifies.
That should help us out.
Watch your head. Hey, look. There it is.
Just stay put.
I'm not going anywhere.
I ain't making that jump.
Yeah, maybe you should have learned some parkour. That's definitely a jump that's doable. But it's always funny to me, like, how kind of like slow and heavy Joe feels. To be fair, he's 56 years old and not in the shape of Ezio. That is true. And I mean, even Ezio struggled in the beginning of Brotherhood, and he was like, what, 40 at that point? But yeah, different times, I guess. But yeah, you definitely gotta give him credit for, you know, not being the youngest at least. Wow. It's kind of funny how he can actually pull himself up here, but on several other occasions he needed help to get up. Okay, can I maybe shoot a mechanism here to like drop this ladder? I don't think so. Okay, let's have a dive. I mean, a chair could help, I guess. Get a height advantage.
You made it! Alright, come on. Big drop.
But he had been a parkour master since the age of 17. That's true. And I mean, those ESO genes, they also definitely helped.
Schiller! Schiller! Ba, ba, ba.
Hello there, Schiller. Welcome in, dude. Ahoy. And how's it going? I'm doing good. Yeah, still a bit sickly, but definitely feeling better. How are you today? Avi almost forgot, if you ever return to watch MCU, you I recommend the Acts 1, 2 and 3. They're a very good package. The MCU has never reached the highs of the first 3 acts, even though there are newer projects that are very good. That's fair. Yeah, I wouldn't mind getting back into it, to be honest. But yeah, I'll probably focus on the ones that are more, you know, highly regarded, because catching up on all of it is definitely a bit daunting. But yeah, focusing on, you know, some good picks, definitely wouldn't mind. You're good at Chill Friday. Great to hear that you are better. Thanks, Schiller. That's good to hear as well. I'm glad that you're having a nice Chill Friday. getting into a nice and right spirit for a weekend.
Get on.
Okay. Okay, there. I'm on it. Be careful.
I got you.
Stand back!
Damn ladder broke off the wall.
Now what?
I'll figure something out.
I mean, we could put it over there to make the distance. I'm not sure if I can, like, drop it in the water. Be right back. Alright, I'm back. Avi, you feel like all of the first three acts are pretty good together. The only one you feel is pretty skippable is For the Dark World. It isn't very good, but watching it is good for some much better future projects like upcoming Avenger movies and for Ragnarok. Yeah, that's definitely still the point where I watched up to as well. Yeah, Iron Man 2 was like a bit hit or miss sometimes, but still a fun watch. But the first Iron Man I really loved, I have to say. Still a movie I come back to watching sometimes and quite enjoying. Also, be right back. And I'm back again. The Hulk is no, don't watch. You do good without the Hulk being introduced in the first Avengers. You just realize it's not X, it's phases, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. Ah, okay. I didn't even know about like those phases, to be honest. That reminds me of a Hulk movie with Edward Norton, was it? Didn't he like play the Hulk at some point? Like early 2000s? It wasn't really when, you know, the whole like Marvel universe launched the way it did now. It was like before that time. But I think he played the Hulk at some point. Thank you, Schiller. Welcome back as well to you. Okay, then. Can go up here, I guess. And pull up the ladder. It's a ladder. No need to be so sensitive with it. Not like the previous ladder just broke, right?
Oh, I see. Good idea.
To be fair, I think a 6-year-old could have come with that solution.
Oh boy.
Just let me go ahead, and you follow my lead.
Okay, right behind you.
Parkour. But he can't even jump fully here from this distance. Yeah. The jumping distance is kind of laughable at times.
Okay, come on, jump.
You're gonna catch me?
I got you.
He can jump a total of 70 centimeters.
See? You didn't even need me.
Let's get the hell off this thing.
I don't know what he's hiding in his backpack. Maybe it's like a bunch of bricks.
Shit.
Ellie, move!
Oh, come on now, Joel. Just jump. Oh, speaking of which.
Hands in the air!
She's not breathing.
Hands in the fucking air!
Come on.
Welcome to the Fireflies. Sorry about that. They didn't know who you were.
And Ellie?
She's all right. They brought her back. You came all this way. How'd you do it?
It was her. She fought like hell to get here. Maybe it was meant to be.
I lost most of my crew crossing the country. I pretty much lost everything. And then you show up, and somehow we find you just in time to save her. Maybe it was meant to be.
Take me to her.
You don't have to worry about her anymore. We'll take care
I
of her.
worry. Just let me see her, please.
You can't. She's being prepped for surgery.
The hell do you mean, surgery?
The doctors tell me the cordyceps, the growth inside her, has somehow mutated. It's why she's immune. Once they remove it, they'll be able to reverse engineer a vaccine. A vaccine.
But it grows all over the brain.
It does.
Find someone else.
There is no one else.
Listen, you were gonna show me where...
Stop. I get it. But whatever it is you think you're going through right now is nothing to what I have been through. I knew her since she was born. I promised her mother I would look after her.
Then why are you letting this happen?
Because this isn't about me, or even her. There is no other choice here.
Yeah, you keep telling yourself that bullshit.
March him out of here. He tries anything, shoot him. Don't waste this gift, Joe.
I said get up. Go on. Move. I said move. Give me an excuse.
Which way?
What the fuck you doing? Keep walking. I said keep walking.
Where's the operating room?
I ain't got time for this.
Where?
Top floor, the far end.
The smuggler, he's in here.
Oh boy. Man, the cinematic scenes in this game are just top notch. I'm kind of repeating myself here, but yeah. Hello, the amateur, welcome in. Quite a claim, Marlene. Joe's internal monologue. Just wait till I get a gun. Pretty much. Yeah, that guy escorting him wasn't the smartest either. You should just keep your distance a little bit, you know. And just wreck fast. That's all he had to do. Instead, of course, he got even closer and closer and closer. Just stupid. He kinda deserved it. Welcome to the concrete jungle. Here we are. Salt Lake City, isn't it?
What? Dead. We got a man down. The smuggler's escaped.
Locate the target and eliminate him. We'll search the other floors.
Yes, sir. Search the floor. Find that smuggler and shoot him on sight. Spread out!
Do you mind? I'm taking a shit here.
Fuck. Right here!
Oh, what the fuck? Do you have like a war hack or something? He shot me before I even saw him. It's fine.
Keep searching!
Anything?
Don't lose him! Get over there! Go! Keep looking! You see him? He's not over here! I like this. Tim! He's not over here! You got any surprises for me?
Yeah, I do.
I don't like this.
Got any surprises for me, huh?
It's over! Oh, screw this.
I got him.
Is he over there?
I don't see him. Let's keep searching.
Is he over there? He's not here.
Amateur, you be damned if you round a corner after a slug gets shot off. Yeah. Not the situation I want to be in. Either this part is your favorite in the entire game, such an ominous vibe. It's very well done, this kind of like atmosphere. But also just everyone searching every room. Coming from like every side. It's very intense. There's apparently still more people here. Somewhere. Okay, I mean, we gotta get to the surgery room. But where is it?
Down this way. Stay alert.
I was kind of hoping that could happen.
Find this guy now.
But they would just walk past me. You managed to beat the game on the hardest difficulty without shooting. You can actually go through this whole section if you know the pathing. That's really cool that you can. I was actually wondering if it was possible to play with bow only in the future. Because I feel like that could be a very fun challenge to try. Just like bow and shiv or something. Not any modern weapons. Probably something I would like to attempt in the future. But yeah, GG's on getting that done, Amateur. That's quite a feat.
Come on down there.
upon my feeling about this entire situation. Not too happy. I was kind of expecting things to backfire. And was definitely foreshadowed that, you know, it's not really a situation that both Joe and Ellie are looking particularly forward to. But, yeah, that the Fireflies are this extreme, I didn't really anticipate for. But it's definitely kind of badass saying what Joe goes through and is willing to do to get Ellie back. It's really showcasing how close their bond is at this point. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking as well, like arrows can be in short demand and you don't always get them back either. But I guess you maybe had to like combine ghost and bow together. You know, I feel like out of arrows, I guess you got a ghost, if it's possible. But sometimes, you know, there's this like open combat sequences, and if you're out of bows then out of arrows then you're kinda fucked. But I would love to attempt something like that, for sure. There's scenes where it seems like you need to shoot like with David, but if you let the infected grab him, you can use Ellie's knife instead. Ah, interesting. Yeah, but that's a great thing about this game, I think. Like once you play through it once, like how many different playthroughs you could be attempting on a New Game Plus run. But also how many different modifiers are being unlocked.
It's 5:30 p.m. on April 28th. I just finished speaking, more like yelling at our head surgeon. Apparently there's no way to extricate the parasite without eliminating the host. Fancy way of saying we gotta kill the fucking kid. And now they're asking for my go-ahead. The tests just keep getting harder and harder, don't they? I'm so tired. I'm exhausted. And I just want this to end. So be it.
You know, from a utilitarian perspective, you gotta get the vaccine right, even if it means that a teenager dies. Like, if it means that people are actually immune to the disease and thus, you know, it will save like thousands, if not more than lives. You know, it's like a no-brainer if you think about it. But of course we are attached to Ellie and so is Joe, so we can't allow this to happen, especially not, you know, by people who are seeming so corrupt. But if you try to view this from an objective point of view, shouldn't getting the vaccine and, you know, people being immune should have priority over anything else? I would have loved Factions multiplayer was a lot like this, just faster. Funny that you mentioned that because just 2 days ago or so, I actually watched some gameplay of The Last of Us Part 1, multiplayer. And it looked pretty fun, honestly. Like also just really ridiculous moments, like the tactic where people just go out of a window and back through the window, which means it's super hard for people to actually hit you. It looked pretty intense. Other when you play this, you felt so like the villain. It's like you do this because you want to, but you don't take pride in it. Yeah, it really adds to this moral ambiguity, right? Because we're only really doing this for Ellie, but we basically don't give two shits about humanity in doing so. Was it amateur? That's a shame. Would have been a great way to revive it, to be honest. March 15. We finally crossed the Utah border. In a couple of days we'll be back with the others. Today the crew was in much better spirits. I've been worried about their morale since Greg and Tanya's passing last week. It's good to hear them laughing again. Robin came up to me and said, "Thanks for watching over us, Marlene. It was a small gesture, but I needed it." March 23. Ellie never made it. We arrived at the hospital. There was much celebration, at least from the others. I guess they're happy to see their old friends. We haven't seen some of these guys in over 10 years. After they told me the news, I couldn't eat. I couldn't talk to anyone. I should be grateful just to be alive, but right now, I just want to shut my eyes for a bit. March 24. They look at me and I know what they're thinking. That we're a bunch of incompetent grunts. What was I supposed to do? I thought I was going to die. My men were being hunted by the entire Boston battalion. I had to get out of the city. How was I supposed to know the Firefly escorts were already dead? God damn it. I panicked. In the end, I healed pretty damn quickly, and my men were more capable than I gave them credit for. More than a handful survived the army's attack. I should have kept her with me. Instead, I handed her off to a couple of smugglers. I failed you, Anna. I failed all of us. I am an incompetent grunt. April 25th. I can't stand talking to any of them. I don't think I can take these stairs any longer. No way I can stay here. April 28th. One of our scouts just radioed in. He spotted an older man and a young girl entering the tunnel by the bus terminal. He thinks she might have had red hair, but he is not sure. What if it's her? Stop doing this, Marlene. The Recon squad is about to head out. I'm going to join them. When you're lost in the darkness, look for the light. She's alive. They're running the tests on her now. I can't tell if I'm excited, scared, or just nervous. All I know is my hands won't stop shaking. It was supposed to be revived as a standalone, but here we are. Yeah, I guess it's not coming to that, is it? But yeah, that's a shame, especially if people have been enjoying the, initial multiplayer so much. Would have been a great way to also increase the longevity of the game, by including the modern day multiplayer community. Welcome back, Oliver. Okay, where do we gotta go? I mean, there was a way to get down the staircase. Never mind. Okay, surgery is left side. I feel like I'm playing Control, having to actually pay attention to the signs in the word to find where I'm supposed to go. Amateur the meta game and the multiplayer was kinda neat too. You either supported your group and grew, or didn't have enough supplies from each game and they starved. That's pretty cool as well. Having to actually make a choice of consequences. Listen, that's what you had to do in Control as well. Yeah, the map in Control is truly awful. Like, very confusing. So it was definitely easier just, following the signs most of the time. Okay, I mean, we've been in the surgery, but they're not here.
Yeah, that's it. I'm coming, Ellie.
Who the hell is this guy?
He brought the kid all the way from Pittsburgh. That's all I know. Marlene insisted on questioning him herself.
Fuck, did you hear something? It's probably nothing, man.
Okay, don't want to check that out, huh?
Nothing here.
So what, you're just gonna stand there and look into my direction the entire time, or what? You only played like 20 minutes of Control. It didn't grasp you right away. You got the game for free, so you just uninstalled it. That's definitely fair. If you don't feel a game, no need to like force your way through it. And who knows, maybe in the future, you might still be up to giving it another try. But I have to say, I don't think Control resonated with me quite as much as it did with other people as well. I really appreciated the world building and how surreal it was, and the art direction, the soundtrack. But story and lore-wise, yeah, I don't know. I wasn't really quite as much into it as other people were. Hello, the Arctic, welcome in. You have a saying in this, Ramwood. Honestly, when they were just standing there, just looking at me the entire time, I was very tempted to just like Ramwood, to be honest. But was probably the smarter choice not to. Considering how heavily armed these guys are. But, yeah. Oh, come on. Just go down to the ground, dude. Fucking hell. Okay. I hate these fucking helmets. That was a clean ass headshot. This gives me some serious Uncharted vibes. You know, where people with helmets on, they can just sustain like 10 headshots.
Fuck! Man down! Keep looking.
Also, you guys are blind as fuck.
Go! Watch my back.
I got him. Move up.
What? Didn't got me? How did you see me, Warhacker? Motherfuckers. Arthur's not awake. Wake up, Ellen. Alright, did we get all of them? Well, he's in this section. Pediatrics. I'm not sure if Ellie is a bit too old for the pediatrics. Isn't that like the station for like children? I'm not too sure what the max age is for being in it.
That should buy me some time.
Hey, Anna. It's been a while since we spoke. I just gave the okay to proceed with the surgery. I really doubt I had much of a choice. Asking me was more of a formality. I need you to know that I've kept my promise all these years. Despite everything that I was in charge of, I looked after her. I would have done anything for her, and at times Here's a chance to save us. All of us. This is what we were after. What you were after. They asked me to kill the smuggler. I'm not about to kill the one man in this facility that might understand the weight of this choice. Maybe he can forgive me. Oh, I miss you, Anna. Your daughter will be with you soon.
It's kind of a funny trope, isn't it? In games when you have these like recordings, audio recordings of people just recording like the diary entries or whatever. Very conveniently placed on like different devices all across a building. But it's always funny when games do that. And I mean, I don't mind it whatsoever because it's a great way of adding more lore. But logically thinking about it, you know, it's like, yeah, I'm just gonna take these 20 devices, I'm gonna record 20 individual messages, then leave them all across this place for people to find. But it's a funny kind of like trope in games to be able to add more lore. Somebody get a room for Oliver and Arctic. It do sort of make sense here, though. Yeah, I mean, they're definitely believable enough, for sure. Oof. Imagine watching in there and we're not even doing the search here on Eddie, but another person. It's like, oh, this is awkward. Let me just step out into another room.
Sweet Jesus.
Doctor? What are you doing in here?
What am I doing in here?
I won't let you take her. This is our future. Think of all the lives we'll save.
Hold up, let me just grab something better to shoot here. Oh yeah, shorty, that's a good one. Thank you for giving me the time. And now I'm going to blow off your knee, Cap. Or you know, you could just go out of the way and just let me do my thing here.
Carrie, shut the hell up!
You know, he could have just, you know, taken that knife out of his hand and he wouldn't have been able to do anything, probably. You didn't have to stab that dude. Not the Bleenie. Each of these people has a unique animation. Yeah, definitely done some proper mocapping here for this scene. Me in bear suit. The bear suit do something like it. Just blow his head off or something. Let me check my backpack real quick. Yeah, it's so funny in those situations. It's just, let me just, you know, kind of think about what weapon I want to use to blow your head off with. Of course he did. Thank you for GG's, Oliver. Fun fact, on your first playthrough, you killed all of these people in brutal ways and laughed out loud. Yeah, I can see that. This is indeed my first play for Arctic. Yeah, I haven't played this game before. Nor have I played the second game. I haven't even played the original version of this. So my first ever time with The Last of Us. Sorry, Eddie, but you just have to wait here a couple more minutes. I'm sure it's fine. I mean, you know, the heart monitor is saying it's fine, so it must be fine. Bassett is always brutal here. He had never considered doing that. I don't blame you, and to be honest, I feel quite conflicted about this whole scenario, you know, because, you know, she's indeed the solution for the vaccine, and you can't really be angry with these guys for, like, trying to, you know, get a vaccine, even if it means that Eddie unfortunately has to die. But yeah, it's also this kind of like moral ambiguity. I don't really feel like I'm playing the hero here, you know. That's done quite well. But yeah, I think being brutal with that guy was definitely the style of Jovo, as one could see with the stabbing of a knife. I honestly kind of expected him, because it didn't really seem that dangerous, that Joe would just like flick the knife out of his hand or something and be like, just run, you know. I didn't actually expect him to just stab him like that, but here we are. Exactly, listener. You know, these are just not hired hands, these are just medical professionals. And you can tell, you know, they wouldn't even, you know, be able to hurt Joe. At least seriously. American Psycho 2 Apocalypse Chronicles. Is that Ava sleeping here? I didn't know Ava was a 14-year-old teenager. The more you know. This isn't about Ellie, this is about Sarah, not again. Yeah, I mean, Joe is definitely doing some heavy projecting on Ellie.
Come on, baby girl. I got you. I got you. Oh, shit.
He's here in your pediatrics. Get up here now.
Dude, this is gonna be close to a wonder if I actually manage to escape here.
Cover the exit.
I got you.
No way I'm gonna escape here.
Tell me which way.
I know where to go. Go around the other side.
Rook. Rook.
This is your last chance. Drop him, now! I got him in my sight.
Dude, he's gonna be so short on his back.
Under fire!
No way.
Stop!
Dude, you guys are so bad. How could they let them escape?
Knock, knock.
Hello, Varoj, welcome in. Thank you so much for the raid, dude, and welcome in, raiders. How was the rest of Alan Wake 2 today? I hope you had a good time with it.
You can't save her. Even if you get her out of here, then what? How long before she's torn to pieces by a pack of clickers? That is, if she hasn't been raped and murdered first.
It ain't for you to decide.
It's what she'd want. And you know it. Look. You can still do the right thing here. She won't feel anything.
What the hell am I wearing?
Just take it easy. Drugs are still wearing off.
What happened?
Found the Fireflies. Turns out there's a whole lot more like you, Ellie. People that are immune. There's dozens, actually. Ain't done 'em a damn bit of good, neither. They've stopped looking for a cure. I'm taking us home. I'm sorry.
Wait! Let me go. Please.
You just come after her.
Jesus fucking Christ. Joe is one cold motherfucker.
Well, looks like we're walking. Should be a straight shot through here.
All right.
It's actually kind of pretty, ain't it?
Yeah.
Yay, we get to play as Ellie again. Oh yeah. Let me just catch up on chat here real quick. Well, the more you know, Ave. Didn't know you were a girl. Yeah, Oliver, they were just like, you know, scared to death, leaning on the walls. That's true, Amateur, yeah. Definitely quite a similar situation, you know, to Joe carrying Sarah in the beginning. Also, I had to think of that situation when Ellie was like almost drowning, and then the Firefly soldier appeared, you know, not having a care of the world. But yeah, welcome again to all of you raiders. Hello there, Lone Star. Welcome in. Thank you for joining. Chilla, welcome back. Oliver, long time no see. I hope you guys enjoyed Alan Wake 2. Oh, very nice, Rod. So made some good progress there, getting 5 chapters done. So there's about 15 total then. I saw you did something called like quick draft playthrough or something like it. What does that actually entail? And that's no worries of a shout out, dude. More than happy to give you one. So yeah, for those of you that haven't joined with the raid, if you haven't checked our Rod channel out before, he's a great streamer playing tons of different kinds of games. A big fan of Assassin's Creed in particular, but also Rockstar games like Red Dead Redemption and GTA. He also has played the Naughty Dogs games like Uncharted and The Last of Us. And yeah, he always comes up with new and interesting ways of playing through his favorite games. Right now that's Alan Wake 1 and 2. He didn't kill Marlene there, he killed the guard from the beginning. Now that's projection on another level. But yeah, I honestly kinda agreed with Marlene that it should be her choice. I mean, of course she was trying to make the choice for her, but how about we just ask Ellie, you know? You know, how about Ellie makes the decision about her body? You know, being like, okay, if it means I get to save thousands of people, maybe she wants to do it. You know, how about that? But yeah, Joe kind of made the decision for her, you know, and now she has to live with, you know, all the blood being spilled in her name, in a way. And I don't think that's just either, you know, doing that to Ellie from Joe's perspective. Of course, he's just trying to save her, but can't really make the decision for her. At least, in my opinion. Ellie Lee? Or the Lees? Ah, I gotcha, what? So more like two separated from a new game plus mode, I see. Hello there, Moaz. Welcome in. What did I think of David? Nolan North did a great job as a villain. Dude, I didn't even realize I was Nolan North. And that's even though he had quite a few scenes, you know, and quite a bit of dialogue. I didn't even realize it was him. But yeah, I liked David as a villain, for sure. It was good that he wasn't, you know, your stereotypical type of villain, that he actually let Ellie escape, you know, and he seemed like he wanted to cooperate on a level, but yeah, I never really fully trusted him. And there was always something off, and as soon as he said it was like a hard winter and everyone is hungry, I kind of had the feeling that these guys wouldn't hesitate to also, you know, enjoy some casual cannibalism. So that whole thing, even though it was shocking, didn't really surprise me. It got a bit more stereotypical towards the end, you know, like shortly before dying, but given the circumstance, you know, and him like revealing his true self, that also seemed fitting, for sure. But yeah, overall, I did like David as a villain. And how it was more like a villain to Ellie than to Joe, you know. But yeah, that whole scene of like Ellie killing David was quite powerful. And I like the way they've done it. Also with the soundtrack, right? Because it's like a very kind of like somber, peaceful soundtrack, kind of like taking over the entire scene, even though it's like so intense. In my opinion, it's kind of like something standing for Joe, giving like comfort to Ellie in that scene. But yeah, I really like the way they've done that with the music taking over. But yeah, in general, like the cutscenes in this game and the whole like cinematicness is just top notch. Hello there, Mita. Welcome in. And Happy New Year to you as well, dude. I hope you had a great start into it. And also hope you had a good, you know, holiday time, if you had any. Other something you always think of when you feel like you're the villain. The Fireflies didn't give her a chance to choose either. Exactly. You know, she also wants to make the choice for her. You know, she's like saying, she's in a way also gaslighting Joel, you know, saying like it's what she would have wanted. It's like, bitch, how about you actually ask Ellie what she wants? But I still think it's like a valid thing to talk about, right? Like, how about we actually ask Ellie what she wants? You know, maybe Ellie wants to save thousands of people potentially, you know. Maybe she doesn't want people to die in her name just for her to walk free. because it's hard to justify killing all of those people trying to find a solution, you know, just to save one life. People, granted, we barely know, you know, like what makes their lives not worth living is the question. But yeah, we ain't in the world saving business, we're in the Sarah saving business. Apparently so, you know. And it's definitely still consistent with Joel's character, I think, from the start. You know, didn't give a rat's ass about humanity, really, it seemed. And he still doesn't. But he at least, you know, gives a rat's ass about Ellie now. So, character evolution. But yeah. He didn't realize at first either. Yeah, honestly didn't have any idea it was Nolan North. And that's even though I heard his voice so many times now at this point. But yeah, he's truly a great voice actor. Man, look at that view. When I see this, I have to think of Red Dead Redemption 2. Ellie killing David was an awesome scene. Yeah, just so well done. Like the pure rage and then transitioning over to Joe giving comfort and the music taking over. David, just a small bite. A tiny bite, it won't hurt. Surely. Thanks, Amita. Yeah, definitely feeling much better. Still a bit stuffy and stuff, but, you know, not really that bad. So I feel like I'm definitely over the mend. But still a bit sickly though. How are you doing, Amita? I hope you're doing well, that you're healthy. At the end of the day, the Fireflies are terrorists. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they're definitely quite corrupted. And you also have to ask yourself, you know, like, yeah, they might be interested in getting the vaccine, you know, but how are they going to use it? You know, it's definitely not wild to assume that they're just going to use it as a power play, you know, along the lines of, okay, you're going to join us, the Fireflies, and then you're getting the vaccine, you know. I'm sure they're not just going to be like, oh yeah, we're just going to give a vaccine to everyone, you know. It's very likely they would abuse the power of having it. And that's also something you can't really support, can you? But at the same time, do we know, you know, fully what they would have done with it? Maybe I would have had to find more lore pieces to have a true answer. Lucinda, you also think because of them being terrorists, they might have used a vaccine or research to weaponize it further because of the motives? At the beginning of the game, they stated that the Fireflies claimed responsibility for the outbreak. Did they? I kinda missed that, unfortunately, because I was actually wondering how the outbreak occurred in the first place, you know? Like, who actually caused it, why, and how. But if so, then, you know, that would definitely also make me more conflicted about that situation either. Yeah, this game has great vistas, I have to say. It's gonna be cool in the second game, because the second game is supposed to be more open world, right? Because when I see this, I just wanna, like, take a horse and, like, ride into the open world and just explore what's there. Maybe do some hunting. Maybe I'm also just thinking too much of Red Dead 2 here. But yeah, being, like, a bit more open, you know, would be cool to, like, be able to explore more, maybe. Nice, Amita, that's great to hear. Glad you're doing well. Hello there, Torrent. Welcome in. And good day. I feel the Fireflies is a very interesting faction. While Marlene seems like a sort of nice person, there's no doubt in your mind that there can be bad people in the group as well. This entire game is just so grey. Yeah, I mean, we've definitely seen it in action here, you know, that there's many people in the Fireflies that wouldn't hesitate to shoot you in the back just for, like, disobeying. Certainly not your classical hero faction either. But yeah, I have to agree, like, I do like how it's not really clear cut, you know, like, these are the villains, these are the heroes, these are the good guys, the bad guys. You know, everything's gonna be alright by the end of the day. Extreme circumstances will lead people, like even nice people, to do extreme things. And I mean, I'm sure that Joel once upon a time was a lovely dad, you know? And someone who probably wouldn't have hurt a fly. But things have certainly changed. And that's also adding a certain realism to it, you know? It's in the section where the beginning credits are playing if you rewatch that first video. Ah, yeah, I see. I definitely missed that one. Oh yeah, Ave, that's fair. I wasn't really expecting like an open world like Breath of the Wild, but yeah, it's definitely gonna be interesting having like more freedom, you know, to go where you wanna go. More like Days Gone. That's probably more apt. I'm gonna buy GTA 6 day one. If I would buy a game day one, then GTA 6 would be definitely contender. Because I just trust Rockstar to deliver high quality games, and I'm sure that GTA 6, you know, is gonna be another one. But they also had some changes, right? Like, people have left Rockstar, there's other guys in charge now. So I'd definitely like to see some more about the game. Like, in general, I don't really stick to buying games day one nowadays. So I will definitely wait and see some more. But yeah, you know, if I would buy a game day one, then GTA 6 would definitely be one of the games I would consider doing it with, for sure. I mean, bad guy, yuked up, it's basically the same, isn't it, Ave?
Alright. Now watch your head going through.
Here, I got it.
Oh. Feeling my age now.
Oh, Joe, I felt your age the entire game.
But, Sarah and I used to take hikes like this. I think the two of you would have been good friends. I think you really would have liked her. I know she'd have liked you.
I bet I would have.
The self-protecting is strong today. Young Padawan.
Oh. Put down there. Just a little bit further now.
But seriously, what are you having in your backpack? It must have been a bunch of bricks. It's just so freaking heavy.
Give me your hand. All right, come on.
Hey, wait. Back in Boston? Back when I was bitten? I wasn't alone. My best friend was there. And she got bit too. We didn't know what to do. So... she says... let's just wait it out. You know, we can be all poetic and just lose our minds together. I'm still waiting for my turn.
Ellie.
Her name was Riley, and she was the first to die. And then it was Tess. And then Sam.
None of that is on you.
Oh, you don't understand.
I struggled for a long time with surviving. And you... no matter what, you keep finding something to fight for. Now, I know that's not what you want to hear right now.
Swear to me. Swear to me that everything that you've said about the Fireflies is true.
I swear.
Okay.
Jesus Christ, Joel. Man, if there ever was a point where you have to be truthful to her, it was fucking about now. But I like the fact that we've done it, you know. I like the fact that I don't actually like Joel that much.
Did your husband give it to you?
And that he's like such a flawed individual. But yeah, dude, like honestly, it's just one of those facepalm moments. It's like the whole game, you build up this relationship of trust. Only to fucking lie to her. So frustrating. But yeah, it is Joel, alright. It's very consistent with his character. But yeah, that was The Last of Us Part 1. And safe to say, I very, very much enjoyed this game. And even though, you know, there's like so many expectations just because so many people keep saying, you know, it's like one of the best games ever and like one of the best stories. I tried to hold my expectations back quite a bit and, you know, they still got surpassed, safe to say. Yeah. I can definitely understand where, you know, all of the hype is coming from. And it's just such a well executed story. But it really makes you wonder how I would, you know, view the game if I would have played the original version. I mean, story-wise, probably. happened. Perfection does exist. Yeah, thanks again for the GGs, guys. It is your favorite Arctic? Your favorite game of all time? Thank you, Ave. Yeah, I don't blame you. This game truly is a great one. And I'm already looking forward to replaying it in the future. I was saying this earlier for those who missed it, but I think this is the type of game I would really love to try a bow-only challenge. It wouldn't be very easy because you're not always, having enough arrows, and you can't reuse all of them. But whenever possible would be great to play that way, I think. Like, try to completely avoid, like, modern weapons. Especially in this kind of, like, survival, world. Would be quite fitting. And, like, a nice challenge to try. I really did, Ave. Yeah. Really enjoyed it. I think also gameplay and pacing wise it worked really well together because you have like these really good cinematic moments, then like intense chase scenes or like fights. And you have like stealth passages where you just can take your time, but they're still very intense. And you have like these exploration, moments where you just go around looting and crafting. And it really leads to the game not really becoming stale or like boring to me. Because you always have like, a good pacing and variety. What would I rate this from 1 to 10 out of 10? So as a full game, for me personally, I would give it a 9 out of 10, I think. And that's only because gameplay-wise, it wasn't like, okay, this is like my favorite game of all time, like when it came to shooting mechanics and stuff. It's not really the type of game where I'm like, okay, I need to play more of this particular gameplay or this particular mechanic, But story-wise, for me, it's like definitely close to a 10 out of 10 for sure. When it comes to the cinematicness, definitely. And gameplay, is still very, very good and very, very solid. But subjectively speaking, it's not like, okay, I'm dying to play more of this particular gameplay. But yeah, that's what I would give it. Ellie Lee, Flea, Non-Lee, wannabe, you and me, oh baby. Have you ever thought about becoming a lyricist, Arctic? Thank you, Shilla, for GGs as well. Yes, but is this the last of The Last of Us? That is a question, isn't it? I think not. There's always gonna be more of us to make The Last of Us. Embrace the chaos can also be a nice tactic in this game, just Rambo style. I'm definitely excited for the game as well, Ave. And yeah, like if I ever do that future order run, once I'm finished with the historical order run and will like pass the contemporary times, then The Last of Us 1 and 2 would definitely be games I would be including. Even, if it's like very different to like other future scenarios because it like fundamentally changes how the world is existing. But that's the thing with like futuristic settings in general, Can't really expect much of a consistency between either of them. But yeah, I would definitely include those games. That would be funny because now that I just thought about it, doesn't like Watch Dogs Legion also take place in the 2030s or something? Would be kind of funny, like jumping between like The Last of Us Part 1 and 2 and then like to Watch Dogs Legion. You know, quite the contrast in terms of like futuristic setting depictions, but would still be interesting. It is Arctic. I don't blame you, dude. Such a great game. Thank you, Amita, for the GGs as well. A 9.2 out of 10. Yeah, I would subscribe that. For you, it's a 9.5 out of 10. Story is 10, and the gameplay is 9. The Last of Us 2 pushes the gameplay to a 10 out of 10 for you. I can see that. You know, from what I've seen with like stealth videos of The Last of Us 2, it seems like a lot more dynamic in a way. And really intense and realistic feeling. You're too busy being Batman. Na 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 na. Only when he's drunk. Gonna skip The Last of Us 2 even if it goes free. Oh dear, Dr. Darling. Well, yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to also find out what the controversy is about, to say the least. Ah yeah, that's fair, Ave. I can see that. I also feel like the more time I spend with the gameplay, the more I ended up enjoying it, you know? But it certainly helped that with time you also, you know, just get better. You get like better upgrades, the weapons are stronger. And the weapons way, you know, like that was really rough in the beginning of the game. Like having to aim with that was so wonky, and it didn't really help that the performance of this game wasn't the best, to be honest. But that's not really something I hold against the game, you know, that's like more on the developing side. And has not really anything to do with like, you know, the story of the gameplay in itself. But yeah, like that wonky weapon sway with like not the best performance sometimes truly didn't make it easy to aim at some points. Ashley Johnson. I gotta look up the actress for Ellie. But I really gotta say, like, Ellie is 100% my highlight of this game. Like, such a great character in my opinion. And what a badass she is at like 14 years old. But yeah, that's great they are advancing the gameplay so much in the second game. Na 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 na, Batman, I will fly when I can, or glide as I understand, mid-air drinking beer out of my can. Now imagine Batman actually flying across like Gotham and he's like just enjoying a casual beer. Now that's a picture. Ah, that's cool, so she's also a singer. That's funny, because that might add another layer to Ellie kinda like humming a lot. You know, sometimes when just like being idle and just like waiting around, Ellie is kinda like singing songs. Like more like humming songs. But it makes you wonder if, you know, that's because the actress is a singer. But yeah, I really have to say, like, Joe, as a character, I think there's definitely lots of conversations and discussions to have about him. Personally, you know, I'm not the biggest fan of him as a person. But I think he's still so well done. You know, I think he's so well written and acted. And he feels very realistic, you know. But he has so many choices that he's made where I'm like, okay, even in a setting like this, I can't really support that. How did I like the game, Amita? I really loved it, Amita. Yeah. Didn't you also plan on playing this game soon? I think you mentioned something along those lines. But yeah, I really, really enjoyed it. The story is amazing. And so's the whole cinematography. Now my challenge would be to avoid all things The Last of Us until part 2 drops on PC. Pretty much. Yeah, that's right, I didn't even realize that part 2 still hasn't made it to PC. It's gonna be good once it does. If you put yourself in Joel's position, you probably would have done the same thing, even if it's egoistical. And that's fair, you know, because it really is a very extreme situation. I think my main problem with Joel, you know, wasn't even like the choices he's made to survive sometimes. It was like the way he dealt with, you know, losing his daughter. And it's not really I want to judge about it. I don't want to. I don't know how it is to have a daughter, how it is to lose a daughter like that. But yeah, the amount of projecting he did with Ellie in regards to Sarah, and how far he pushed that away. I think a very good scene was actually when he's basically accusing Ellie of saying you don't know what real loss is, you know, just because he lost his daughter. And it's like, dude, everyone in that universe has probably lost a dear one, you know, and Ellie especially, you know. So it's really good when Ellie's actually confronting him, being like, you know, do you think you're the only one who lost people dear to them, you know? And for me, that was really telling, you know, how mature Ellie is in dealing with loss, you know, in comparison to a 56-year-old guy. But just another reason why I loved Ellie so much. But yeah, it was definitely great to see though that ultimately Joe came to terms with it, and how much you know, Ellie helped him in getting there. Oh, hallo Nalu. Ja. The dog and Levy just arrived again from the afternoon walk. Very late afternoon walk. Almost evening walk. So April 3 is when The Last of Us 2 comes to PC. But good thing it isn't April 1st, you know. Would be like, kind of like nervous. Does it actually launch? I hope so too, you know, because honestly this port for The Last of Us Part 1 has been one of the worst PC ports I've ever encountered. And that's even though me playing with like a, you know, relatively modern system now with a new graphics card. Of course, you know, my CPU isn't really up to date right now, but I've actually ordered a new one that's gonna arrive on Monday, which is gonna be exciting. But yeah, the way the CPU utilization works and the shader cache loading in this game is really holding itself back from, you know, being like in great shape. But here's hoping that they learn from the mistakes in this port and make it better with the second game. Amita, you just don't know when. Maybe after you're done with Resident Evil 7, after you're done with God of War Ragnarok, which you finished yesterday. But there's still much to do post-game. Or did you finish it? Hell yeah, Amita. GG's. I hope you had a great time with it and that you enjoyed the main story. Plus Valhalla DLCs. So basically plus another couple months worth of content then. You also play the game on a good graphics card, you didn't have to face the problems that others had. Yeah, I probably wouldn't even have attempted to play it on my GTX 1060. I did actually have the game installed and did a quick test try on the 1060. And yeah, it was the reason I hadn't started the game until now, to say what it is. Dude, Arthur, the music is so good. It's definitely a soundtrack I would be listening to, you know, apart from playing the game. It was also an interesting choice to have an Argentinian composer who also definitely brought like a Latin American vibe into it. I don't know, gave it a cool vibe, I think. Amita was great, you really liked it, but you still like the 2018 more. I see. That's fair. Yeah, I mean 2018 was great. I had a good time with that game. But I'm looking forward to the new weapons and like mechanics that we're gonna introduce. But yeah, that's also a game I would like to play soon. Or soonish. You unlock New Game Plus. This can be activated when starting a new game. New character skins, weapon skins, gameplay modifiers, filter modes and other bonus content are available in the extra menu. Hell yeah. And as you can see, the screen changed, didn't it? Like the background. I know there's like different versions of it. And yeah, quite sure this is a different one now. Does the game have choices? It doesn't. Yeah, it's a fairly linear storyline. The only choice you have is whether you want to blow someone's head off or choke them out. That's the kind of choices you have in this game. But yeah, so this is going to be everything I will be doing for today. Won't really have more time to start Assassin's Creed Bloodlines because now that we have finished The Last of Us Part 1, we are going to go back to the Historic Order run and continue with the 11th to 14th century storyline. Last in that storyline, in that Historical Order, we of course finished AC1 with our historical assassin playthrough where we were only able to do hidden blade assassinations and we could only kill the target and try to be as stealthy as possible. I will essentially do the same with AC Bloodlines. So it's gonna be hidden blade only my targets, and yeah, you know, basically the same rules apply as much as possible at least. So yeah, I think I might actually be able to start it tomorrow. I should have some time. So yeah, gonna be carrying on with that, and I probably keep with the Historical Order run until we get to finish Ghost of Tsushima, probably, because we're not that far away from starting that game. It's gonna be AC Bloodlines, then a couple more Stronghold missions, and then we're already at Ghost of Tsushima. And once we have that game, I will basically try to focus only on that game, I think, to get it done in a reasonable amount of time. So yeah. But yeah, I think after Ghost of Tsushima, I might play something non-historical again. Gotcha, Mita. Yeah. Cheers, Arthur. Thank you so much for being here. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Both the stream and the playthrough. Thank you so much for joining. And yeah. No worries, Amita, for the stream. Thanks for dropping by. I hope you have a good rest of the evening. And if you're streaming, I hope you have a good stream. Let's also shout out to Amita for those of you that haven't checked out his channel yet. He's, yeah, still playing some God of War, Ragnarok. Just finished the main story and he's gonna do some post-game content. He's also still playing through GTA 5 for his first time ever. And he is also gonna be playing the Valhalla DLCs. Assassin's Creed Valhalla, that is. Or is it? I wasn't too sure if he actually meant the Assassin's Creed Valhalla DLC or if he meant the God of War Ragnarok Valhalla DLC. Because I know that that game has like a roguelike mode, doesn't it? That is also called Valhalla. Ah yeah, so it was a God of War Valhalla DLC. Then I kind of mixed it up earlier. I was kind of wondering you meant the AC Valhalla DLC, but you already played for those, right? No worries, Shilla. Thank you for being here, dude. I hope you have a great start into your weekend. Hope it's gonna be a good chill rest of your Friday. Cheers, Lucinda. Thank you also so much for being here and for joining us for so much of a playthrough. And yeah, that should come on YouTube soon. The next part on YouTube is gonna be part 5. And the session yesterday we've done was part 7. But I could just unlist that part and I can send you the link or something if you want to watch it soon. Because it might still be another 2 or 3 days until it actually goes on YouTube. No worries, Rod. Thank you also so much for being here, dude. And thank you again for the raid earlier. The post-game depression, Ave, even though you haven't even played the game. Thankfully, that's something that doesn't affect me quite as much. Like often when a game is coming to a close, I'm like ready to say goodbye. But I definitely have had it happen. Like especially when it comes to AC games, like when I finished AC Origins for the first time. But also when I finished Red Dead Redemption 2, it was definitely a bit of a post-game depression. You played all of them, Amita? Yeah. Kinda had to as well, right, for the Platinum Trophy. No worries, Oliver. Thank you also so much for being here, dude. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Hello there, Kash Nu. Welcome in. You're not gonna be playing some more today. We just finished the game, basically. Just have the credits rolling, and yeah, the playthrough's now finished. But if you wanna watch someone else play the game, it's definitely a very active category on Twitch. There should be plenty of other streams to catch. If you wanna see one play the game. The Valhalla DLC is so good. It looked interesting, you know, bringing that kind of like concept to God of War. Ah ja, fair enough, Lucinda. Yeah, I can definitely I definitely had plans to upload at least the next part tonight, and then shouldn't take too long for those other parts to go online. The last does both of us. Amazing. The beer boot. That's a very German thing. You could definitely find like a boot filled with beer like that. Or like a boot glass. Over here. Yet endgame depression with Lies of P replay. It's an awesome journey, and getting to the end is like, what the hell now? What made that even worse is how fast you defeated the last two bosses. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, if it gets to a point where you just have, you know, to reattempt a boss fight over and over again, and it's getting like almost to a frustrating level, then it's probably easier to say, okay, now I'm ready to send this game off and never try this boss again, at least for the next couple of months or whatever. But, you know, if it barely put up a fight, and it might not be quite as satisfying actually getting to end the game. You have a glass like that? Nice. Arctic. Yeah, my parents also have like a glass with, well, it's not really fully shaped like a boot, but it has these kind of like, how they're called, like the spikes of like football shoes at the bottom. So it's like meant to be like a football glass, I guess, of sorts. Of course, if there's two things Germans love, is like watching football and having a beer. That's for sure. Oh yeah, what was he? Nice, Schiller. Gotta represent the Germans. Proper. Alright, so let's have a look who's online and who we could raid today, shall we? Yeah, that's true, Ave. You know, how about you leave the toughest boss like for the last? But yeah, I've definitely been there with games where, you know, wasn't actually the final boss that was the hardest, but like someone you wouldn't even think is that strong or has like that much of an impact. Catch you next time, Torrent. Thank you for being here and for joining. Amita maybe with GTA 5. Yeah, I wasn't quite sure if Amita is already going live so soon, but he would have definitely been my choice as well here because I love GTA 5 and it's been good seeing him play through the games. Like also with GTA 4, which is a game that I picked for him to play. So yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. Gonna raid over to Amita. See how he's doing with GTA 5. Alright, so if you would like to join us for the raid over to Amita, feel free to copy and paste these raid emotes. We got a command for non-subs and one for subs, so feel free to copy and paste whatever applies to you if you want to join us for the raid. If not, that's totally fine too. And yeah, depending how much time I have tomorrow and how I'm feeling, we might actually get to start AC Bloodlines with our historical assassin challenge. So yeah, maybe catch you for that. If not, then there's gonna be plenty of streams again next week. So yeah, maybe catch you for one of those. Until then, I hope everyone is having a great rest of the day and a good start into a weekend. And yeah, I will catch you all in the next one. Until then.
you.